Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Learning by Professor Praveen Pisa. In this video, we are going to learn basic theorem called as superposition theorem. It is one of the most important theorem used in electrical and electronics network circuit. The superposition theorem is basically the extended use of Ohm's law to circuit with multiple sources. We know that Ohm's law is applicable to only single source, whereas superposition theorem can be applicable to multiple sources. Now, the statement of superposition theorem says that the current through or voltage across any element in a linear bilateral network must be equal to the algebraic sum of current or voltage produced by each source acting independently, and all other energy sources will be deactivated by its internal resistance. Now, there are few important terms in superposition theorem, so we will be discuss that. The superposition theorem is very helpful in determining the voltage across any element or current through a branch when the circuit contains multiple number of voltage and current sources. So it is not that in every time we have only single source. So if there are multiple sources are there, then Kirchhoff's law and Ohm's law is not suitable to find out the current and voltage. Hence, we will use superposition theorem. Now, in order to apply superposition theorem, there are certain conditions to be satisfied. The first condition is that the circuit must be linear or the component must be linear. Now, what is mean by linear? The linear means that the relation between the voltage and current is linear. Example is the resistance. In case of resistance, the current is directly proportional to the voltage, or in case of the inductor, the flux linkage is directly proportional to the current. The second condition is that all the component must be bilateral. Now, what is mean by bilateral? The current is the same amount for the opposite polarity of the source voltage. So the voltage should not be changed if this in the bilateral circuit. Now the third condition is that all the component must be passive. So what is mean by passive? The passive elements are resistor, capacitor and inductor, because they does not amplify or rectify. The next condition is that the active component may not be used. Active component includes the transistor, semiconductor, diodes, because these uh, components are non-linear characteristics, means its voltage and current are inversely proportional to each other. Now, as I have told you that in the statement, we have to deactivate the sources. How do we have to deactivate the sources? As voltage source. So in the first diagram, I have considered the ideal voltage source whose value is 12 volt. So how we deactivate the source? Like this, just by making a short circuit here. So because the internal resistance of voltage source is 0, so it can be replaced with the help of the short circuit. Now here I will consider the practical voltage source, where the 10 volt is its source and 5 ohm is its internal resistance, right? So how we will replace that? So resistance will be as it is, and this voltage source is replaced by the short circuit. So in this way we can basically deactivate the voltage source just by simply putting a short circuit. Now, how we deactivate the current source? If we consider the ideal current source, in ideal current source, this internal resistance is infinity, so it is replaced by the open circuit, as we can see here. Now, if we consider the practical current source, here is the practical current source, so 4 ampere is its value of the source, and 5 ohm is its internal resistance. So internal resistance will be as it is, and its source will be replaced by the open circuit. So to deactivate the current source, we will basically replace the current source with the help of the open circuit. Now I have considered a simple example to understand the basic concept of superposition theorem. So using superposition theorem, we have to solve this numerical. So you can see that here we have a two voltage source here. One is of 8 volt, another is of 5 volt, and we have a three resistances, 2k, 4.7k and 3.3k. And the aim is here to find out the voltage drop across this voltage across this resistance, which is a 3.3k. So according to the superposition theorem, the first step is that we have to activate one source and deactivate the other source. So what I am considering, remove the 8-volt power supply from the original circuit, and as it is a 8-volt supply, which is a voltage source, so we can see that 8-volt supply is basically replaced by the short circuit, and all other remaining circuit will be as it is. And we have to find out the voltage across here, so we will be able to find out the current through here. So after that, hence we will simplify the circuit by the simple series and parallel combination. So here we can see that this 3.3, this resistance and this resistance will comes in parallel, and basically we will get the resultant resistance as 1.24k. Now after simply using the voltage divider rule, the voltage across this 1.24k will be calculated by this formula, and we will get 1.047 volt. So this is the voltage across this 3.3 kΩ when the 5-volt source is on. Okay. Now similarly, we will consider the second case. Here now remove the 5-volt supply from the original circuit, and the new circuit will become like this. So 5-volt is replaced by now short circuit because it is a voltage source, and we have on the 8-volt voltage source. After that, we can see that here we will see that the 3.3k and the 4.7k, these two are comes to be in parallel, and the resistance will be 9.38k. So just we have done in a step 1. Similarly, we will use the voltage divider rule, and we will find out the voltage, which is come out to be 3.9377 volt across this when this 8-volt source is on. Then in the step 3, what we will find out the resultant voltage across this. So just by applying a superposition theorem, we say that it is simply algebraic sum of the current or voltage produced by each source acting alone. So this is the addition of the two voltage. So this is the voltage when the 5-volt source is on, and this is the voltage when the 8-volt source is on, and the resultant will be 4.987. So in that way we can see that if there are another type of voltage source, we will find out the another case and we will add it. Instead of voltage source, if there is a current source, so we will make it as open circuit. Now, what are the limitations of the superposition theorem? As I have told you that by using superposition theorem, we can only find out voltage and current in the circuit. So superposition theorem is not applicable to the power, because the power is calculated by simply the square of current or the voltage, and by superposition theorem we cannot find I square and V square. So this is a basic limitation of the superposition theorem, as we cannot find out the power. So the total power must be determined using the total current, not by superposition theorem. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my video.